I'm joined by Yong, Director General of the United Nations International Development Organization, on the sidelines of the Global Manufacturing and Industrialization Summit in Abu Dhabi. Many thanks for talking with Reuters. Let me start with a general, what you hope to achieve here in Abu Dhabi. Are we going to see a declaration from you, a message from you at the end of this week?
Yes, we are going to have a joint declaration. It's for sure. But of course, I am expecting it will be very meaningful declaration. We'll give the guidance, thoughts, best practices to the international community for the future manufacturing.
Can you give me a little bit of a taster, a little bit of a clue as to what this thing might say?
For instance, what's a government policy to support manufacturing? Some of the government sent delegation here, like Poland, Russia, China, Japan, they mentioned about the government policy supporting the responsible industry.
Yes.
Green industry, sustainable industry.
Are you seeing a firmer commitment to support of the manufacturing sector, would you say, now than we were 5 years ago, or does a lot more work need to be done?
Yeah, that is exactly as you mentioned. The government to look at the technology advancement and also international responsibilities. We cannot do industry at old fashion with old fashion. Right. We shall create a new approach. That is a very important feature of this GMS.
You talk about capitalizing on innovation. I guess this is what you're talking about. But I guess the difficulty or the challenge is to bring together manufacturing as we know it and smart manufacturing, innovation and technology. Can we make both work together well?
That is one of the challenges we would like to meet here during the GMS, because technology advancement, Internet of Things, digitalization develop so fast. So a group of countries need to catch up, but how to actually first resolve the issue, which is a mindset change, to open their vision to facing with new development.
And that takes a long time, though, right?
Yeah, but now we created this platform for them, opportunity for them. Like Siemens, we just saw the presentation, and they present the very new technology, Internet of Things, and the digitalization technology for manufacturing, designing, engineering. So the policymaker come here to actually listen to this. This is a very good interaction between business sector and the government.
Yeah. Is there enough of a belief at UNIDO, among policymakers, that business are listening and that business are doing the right thing when it comes to achieving the SDGs?
Yeah, that is exactly what we like to promote here during the GMS, and we bring the people from different parts, government, private sector, civil society, and coming here to share best practices, information technology. In such a case, I really hope that this platform will move ahead with such kind of new developments, which is exactly to try to implement SDGs.
Well, I guess, and this is what I'm getting at, I guess, because an event like this brings all the different stakeholders together, but then going off and doing something meaningful in a meaningful fashion is the real challenge. Are you confident that we're going to see steps happen in the right direction on the back of this?
Yes, that is really our expectation. We would like to see through the GMS, very first global industrialization manufacturing summit being held here, because try to create a new thought for this kind of cooperation between government and between the private sector. And through this kind of cooperation, we can move ahead with implementation of SDG, serving our member states and also promote the private sector, let them bridge together. This is our hope. I strongly believe it can be done through this kind of platform.
Okay, very good. And I'm sure we'll see that reflected in some kind of declaration at the end of it. Final question, and it steps back and looks at the big picture, the context again. The G20's watered down commitment to free trade, this more insular psychology that we're seeing globally now, how does that change things for you and what you're trying to achieve?
I think they're watered down. Also, I do not agree with this kind of conclusion, because
they took the language out of the latest communique.
But it will be inevitably multilateralism and free trade will be prevail in the future. I don't think any country stand out to do something negative and will stop this process. It's a historical process. I don't believe any country can stop it. But because I'm from the UNIDO, United Nations Industrial Development Organization, we really hope the free trade, the trade facilitation, and will prevail. And then the country will have a more opportunity to connect it to a global market value chain, especially for least developed countries.
Director General, thank you very much indeed for talking with us.
Li
Yong, Director General of UNIDO. I'm Axel Threlfall. This is Reuters.